looking into a blog called Why Turborepo is Migrating from Go to Rust. Like, I know that Turborepo was initially created by Jared Palmer. You can see over here he has also created a bunch of JavaScript library in React.js community. Like, one which I know is Formic, and a bunch of other libraries as well. I think Backpack or something, which was kind of like Next.js, but now most of his attention is on Turborepo. Uh, and If you have heard about Next.js 13, they have something called Turbo Pack, where they have kind of like a web bundle similar to that of Webpack but written in Rust. And Turbo Repo was first written in Go. Now they are migrating to Rust as well. So Turbo Repo is a high performance build system for JavaScript and TypeScript code base, and they have taken the inspiration tools from Buck and Bazel. So if you know anything about mobile app development, you might have heard about Buck and Bazel. Like, Bazel is used in Google to do heavy caching, so that they don't have to, if you try to add a new dependency to your project, or if you're trying to build an Android or a iOS app, you don't have to go through the build system again. It uses those cache dependencies to build your project faster. But if you try to create a default Android project for Android Studio, you will get Gradle. So you might have to do extra step to configure Bazel. And even for Buck, I know Facebook uses it, but I'm not never heard much about it elsewhere. So you can see they have a very simple idea: never do the same work twice. So they are doing incremental builds, parallel execution, and remote caching. So why they are migrating? The original decision to use Go followed in the footsteps of ESBuild. As a JavaScript bundler written in Go, ESBuild is fast and avoids much of the initialization overhead of Node.js. Additionally, Go's developer experience is tailored for the iteration, something we needed as we learned more and more about what developers wanted from Turbo. In the earlier days of Turborepo, the properties of Go gave us exactly what we needed for the project to be successful. However, as the Turborepo codebase has scaled and merged with TurboPack, Go has begun to underserve both our core team and users in the area that matter most to Turbo. So yeah, here if you want, you can read this about this technical guide. This is about Go's language design priorities. Our needs to align with Rust, because they already have a Turbo Pack in Rust. I think that's why they are migrating Turbo Repo as well to Rust. Rust strong and growing ecosystem. The Turbo ecosystem. I think Turbo Pack is still relatively new. I'm not sure whether it has been stable yet. I don't think so, because Next.js 13 as of today is not stable. Like, Next.js 13 is stable, but the newer features, like uh, you know you do like we don't have to use get server side props, get static props. Like, they have added just at the rate client annotation something. So I think those part is not stable yet. And Turbo Pack also is not stable yet. I think they're still using Webpack or something other in Next.js 13, but they have announced it like last year in their Next.js conference. So yeah, if you're interested, to check it out. Thank you for watching. Bye.